Hello and thank you for tuning in to the Butler Brief. My name is Ian Van Every. Stay tuned to hear more about an update on the Epstein files, women in sports media, Chimba, Butler athletics, and more. But before we get to you for that, let's send it over to Matthew Wims for a look at today's weather forecast.
Thanks, Ian. The weather is starting to get colder here in Indianapolis. The temperature is currently 46 degrees with today's low of 31 degrees coming earlier in the day. The temperature will slowly rise to 54 degrees later in the afternoon and will be around 52 degrees when the sun sets at 5:27 p.m. Looking at the rest of the day, the temperatures will crawl into the 50s at around 1 p.m., with that peak of 54 degrees coming at around 3 p.m. After sunset, there will be clouds dropping back into the 40s until the weather drops to 41 degrees at around 10 p.m. Taking a look at the rest of the week, there is a high chance of showers tomorrow, with a high of 53 degrees and a low of 39 degrees. On Wednesday, it will be cloudy with a high of 54 degrees and a low of 43 degrees. There are chances of rain on Thursday and Friday. Thursday will have a high of 58 degrees and a low of 42 degrees, while Friday will have a high of 53 degrees and a low of 46 degrees. Saturday will be partly cloudy with a high of 55 and a low of 42. It's going to be a cooler day. Back to you, Ian.
After extended back and forth, the congressional petition to release the Jeffrey Epstein files received enough signatures last week, leading to a partial release of over 20,000 documents, including text messages and emails, many of which mention President Donald Trump. Republican Representative Thomas Massie told reporters Sunday that there could be a deluge of Republicans joining him to vote in favor of forcing the Department of Justice to release all of the remaining files. Massie, was one of just 4 Republicans to president and joined Democrats in signing the discharge petition, which forced the vote this week. When asked about the files, Trump had this to say.
I don't care about it released or not. What I think you should do, if you're going to do it, then you have to go into Epstein's friends. This Reid Hoffman spent a lot of time on the island. I was never on his island. Bill Clinton went there supposedly 28 times. You're going to have to look into his friends because, if they're going to do that, and I think the perfect guy to do it would be Southern District, somebody like Jay Clayton. I understand that's who's been assigned.
President Trump claimed earlier this year that he ended association in the early 2000s after discovering that Epstein was allegedly poaching in Mar-a-Lago. Trump has yet to be accused of any crimes related to the Epstein. Butler University is one new club on campus, one focused on building support for women in sports media. Camille has more.
Here at Butler University, AWESOME, the Association of Women in Sports Media, is empowering women to break barriers and make their mark in sports broadcasting, journalism, and production.
Go-getters who are not afraid of challenges, who doesn't really just wait for things to happen. I think for me as an educator and also women, I got a lot more inspiration from them, this group, rather than me trying to help them.
The club hosts workshops, networking events, and mentorship programs, helping members build confidence, skills, and connections to succeed.
I think first we want to build a community so everyone feels supported and they belong and they share the experiences and they can brainstorm the solutions for the experiences. And also when you find the validation, it's not just me, but other people have been through the same thing.
With AWESOME, women aren't just watching the game, they're reporting it, producing it, and leading with passion and expertise.
I utilize a lot of on-campus resources, like the BICE Butler Institute for Sports and Entertainment. We also have, Butler Sports Marketing Club at LSB, so maybe there's some social activities we can do and collaborate and eventually expand outside of CCOM.
For Butler, AWESOME is more than a club. It's a movement celebrating and supporting the next generation of women in sports media.
Just at this time, we want to create this place for women to feel comfortable and especially feel they are able to do more things.
Here at Butler University, AWSM, the Association of Women in Sports Media, is empowering women to break barriers and make their mark in sportscasting, journalism, and production. The club hosts workshops, networks, and mentor. With Thanksgiving break rapidly approaching, many Butler students will soon be traveling home for the holidays. Like every year, Thanksgiving will be a very busy travel time across America. Predicts nearly 82 million people will travel at least 50 miles during the period that runs from Tuesday before Thanksgiving to Monday, December 4th. That's 1.6 million more travelers compared to last Thanksgiving, set a new record. AAA projects the majority of people, at least 73 million, travel by car, while 6 million U.S. travelers are expected to take domestic flights for the Thanksgiving holiday period, a slight increase from last year. From AAA, the best times to travel.
Anytime after lunchtime is when you're going to really see that traffic building, especially on the interstates at major metros.
Starbucks is out with a new holiday beverage and only get it at Target. The frozen peppermint hot chocolate is available exclusively at cafes inside Target stores. Prices for the Frappuccino base start at just under $6 for a grande size. Members of Target's Pay Loyalty program can buy a frozen peppermint hot chocolate on Monday. It's available to the public on Tuesday, and most of the retail giants, 2,000 included Starbucks. But it's the first time the two companies have teamed up for a holiday. Star Mitchell Adams visited one of Butler's newest dining options.
Located in the Butler Esports Park, Chimba Bowls serves acai bowls every day of the week. Students who order can customize their own bowl with the base and toppings of their choice. Chimba Bowls is unique because it's student-founded and student-run. Meet Felipe Reyes Murcia, who opened Chimba Bowls last year. When I spoke with him, I learned just how much time and effort went into opening Chimba Bowls.
We kind of navigated that, me and my roommate, for like a year. We did some taste tests, we did some surveys, like we got a bunch more information. It kind of was like I didn't see a lot of movement for like a year, and then in like a half year, boom, everything just went super crazy and we opened up.
The location in the Esports Park provides the chance for students to sit down and eat their bowl or take it on the go. I spoke with one Butler student on why she likes going to Chimba Bowls.
I think it's kind of like a good spot on campus for like if you're taking a walk kind of like on like a hot day like this. It's kind of like a, nice like refresher, that's like, like a sweet treat on campus.
With its founder going into his senior year, Reyes Murcia hopes to keep Chimba Bowl student operated even after he graduates.
I'm looking soon for like somebody to like hand off Chimba to a little bit. So after I graduate, I want to have either another student or another group of students that are like entrepreneurial minded and then that probably would want to take care of this too.
Reporting from the Butler Esports Park, I'm Mitchell Adams.
Butler basketball was back in action yesterday. After dropping their previous two contests to Columbus Central Michigan, the Bulldogs rebounded yesterday, scoring a dominant win over Milwaukee. Lily Zeenstra led the team in scoring. Zeenstra and Mallory Miller each had assists in the game. The Bulldogs' next game will be on the road against IU. It will be Butler's first road game of the season. The Hoosiers are 4-0, coming off over Florida State. That game will be on Wednesday at 7. Butler was also in Hinkle yesterday, playing their final game of the season. Butler off against the DePaul Blue Demons. DePaul got on the board early, winning the first set 25-19. Butler struck back in the winning 25-21. But after DePaul closed the game with closed the game, winning the third and fourth sets 25-22. Ward had 17 kills in the game for Butler. Sawyer Jones also put up 8 kills, 4 aces, and 3 blocks in the contest. Butler volleyball finishes their season overall record of 12-17 and went 5-11 in the Big East Conference. The Big East volleyball tournament is coming up. Next four teams who qualified, the first round will take place this Saturday with the top-seeded Creighton playing Marquette and Villanova playing Xavier. The winners of each game will play each other in the game on Sunday. NFL Week 11 tonight on ABC and ESPN as the Dallas Cowboys travel to Las Vegas Raiders. The 3-win Cowboys are still looking to make a push to the playoffs. Tonight is a must-win. They enter the game as a 3.5-point favorite. The Raiders will match up on Thanksgiving of 2021 in a thrilling fashion, defeating the Cowboys overtime 36-33. Raiders are healthy coming into the matchup. Cowboys have had 4 players listed as questionable and 1 out in defensive tackle Suss. Newly acquired defensive tackle Quinnen Williams will make his Cowboy debut. The Raiders are coming off of a 10-7 loss against the Broncos. The Cowboys are coming off their bye week. Here's what the Cowboys' new addition Williams had to say about fitting in with his new team.
It was definitely easy to catch up, man, when it comes down to football. I really trusted my football IQ and the things that I can do, especially coming down to remembering the playbook, remembering what they want me to do. And it probably took me 1 or 2 days to get the whole playbook down and to come out here and just fit right in, man. And you know me, I always say this all the time, man. Whatever a coaching staff, whatever the scheme, whatever the team need me to do to win football games, I'm willing to do and I'm going to do, because at the end of the day, I just want to win. So.
Thank you for tuning in to the Butler Brief. If you have news on campus, email us at thebrief@butler.edu. I'm Ian Van Every. Enjoy your last week of classes before break.